Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Howdy.
Hey.
Here we are, all again in 4 different locations, but the Southern Gospel Forward team has come together for episode 20, and we are excited.
Yes, very
Hey,
excited.
I got an idea. You know, we've been doing this. This is 20th episode, but we may have folks join us that don't recognize us or don't really know us. We get new viewers. Hey, y'all, we don't introduce ourselves. I'm Scott Bolden. They call me Papaw because I'm not really old, but when you compare me with the rest of this bunch, I am a little bit old, and I'm tickled to be here with you. Let's go in alphabetical order. Can y'all do that with first names? Start A.
Hey, I'm Avery. I am 23. I'm from Hayden, Alabama, and Evan is my younger brother. And I have loved gospel music ever since I was born. Actually, before I was born, my parents loved it, and so it's just natural.
Perfect. Evan.
My name is Evan, and as Avery said, I am her younger brother. I love Southern gospel music. I've sang with groups here and there, but I'm also an avid collector of gospel music vinyl, and I love the gospel music history. But I also love the future of Southern gospel because we're the ones who keep it going forward. Not pun intended, but you know what I'm saying.
Go for it. And Mr. R.
I'm Riley, and I'm 20 years old. I've grown up listening to this music and sing at church and lead the singing at my church and love going to singings. And that's what I do for fun, basically. So I just love the music, and I'm thankful to be here.
Very good. And we are so thankful to be with y'all tonight. It's going to be a great night. We're in different locations. Avery has got the scenic background because she had a little internet issues, but we're going to make it do. Will y'all do us a favor? If you're watching us on Facebook, wherever you're watching this, will you share this SBM Studios Facebook feed? Just please share to your page. That helps us get out of there. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Share that if you want to too, but y'all just help us spread the word. Let's draw a crowd. We have got a fantastic guest tonight, exclusive, her very first interview ever, Miss Casey Wolfe, office manager of Greater Vision, but we're not bringing her in quite yet. And you know, last time when we had Priscilla, I was reading back the comments, and we were doing this part where we say hello and we do our commercials, and was getting, where's Priscilla? We came to see Priscilla. And I'm like, good night. I'm sorry. Give us just a second. So yes, I know that folks are gathering and y'all want to see Miss Casey. Give us about 3 minutes and we're going to bring her in. Okay. But we need to do a little business right quick. And we have sponsors that are dedicated to helping us and sponsoring Southern Gospel Forward. We want to recognize them right now. The Heaven Bound Trio, they have been longtime sponsors of Southern Gospel Forward. This wonderful trio is just a blessing to us. We appreciate them so much. If you'll go to www.heavenboundtrio.com, you can find their music, find their schedule, and support them and tell them thank you for supporting Southern Gospel Forward. And if you're at the National Quartet Convention, you may see them in a showcase. So thank you, Heaven Bound Trio. Next sponsor is the Rogers family. Another awesome family. You can usually see them at the National Quartet Convention at the showcases, and they do a lot of classic convention style Southern gospel singing, and they do it with excellence, do a great job. If you'll go to www.rogersfamilymusic.com, you can find their tour schedule and look at their music and just help support them. We thank the Rogers family. Next up, we have Crimson River Ministries. They've supported us in the past, 34 years of promoting Southern gospel concerts. They paid us a little extra on sponsorship, and we're going to give them a little love and go 2 slides on this because they gave us the extra for it. So, but then you'll know why in just a second. But on June 22nd, on a Saturday at 3 p.m. at Lakeview Baptist Church in Belton, Texas, there will be a concert featuring the Down East Boys and the Wisnets. You don't want to miss that. You can find more information at crimsonriverministries.com. And also, then August the 3rd, 34th annual evening with Greater Vision. That's Saturday, August 3rd at 2 p.m., Taylor's Valley Baptist Church in Temple, Texas. All seats and general admission for both of these concerts, $25. Go to crimsonriverministries.com for more information. And on the SBM Studios channel previously, we had a show, the Champion Brothers were on, and there's a concert coming to West Alabama on June 1st, 6 p.m. at the Vernon City Complex in Vernon, Alabama, featuring Sound Street. Y'all have seen young J. Lee Vanderslice here on Southern Gospel Forward, had her episode, and then she visited with Priscilla last couple of weeks ago. But Sound Street's going to be there along with Faithful Friends, Chosen Witness. Free admission, a love offering will be received, and you can call 205-664-3803 for more information. All right, Avery, I think maybe your internet is going to hold up for us. Let's see. You do. This is yours. I'm going to back off and let you handle this one.
My internet might hold up, but fair warning, if you hear any explosions in the background, my neighbors are blowing up fireworks on a random Tuesday night. So I've got all the gremlins over here. But I love the Shadow Valley Gospel Music Festival. The Brady family holds it every year in Fayetteville, Tennessee. This year it is going to be on July 11th, 12th, and 13th. On the first night, Thursday, July 11th, they have got McCrae Dev and the Dev Brothers, Compassion, the Singing Ambassadors, and the Inspirations. On Friday, July the 12th, they've got Keeping the Faith, Karen Peck and New River, and Gold City. And then closing it out on Saturday, July 13th, they've got High Road, Bradley Walker, Lauren Talley, and the Mark Trammell Quartet. Children 18 and under are free, so bring the whole family, bring your own chair. It's a beautiful valley, not too hot, and when the sun goes down, the fireflies get out and they play. It's beautiful. And don't worry about the rain because they've got a huge barn down at the bottom of their field, and they'll put everybody in there and they'll carry right on. They've got an awesome concession stand. So go and support the Brady family. I'll be there, so I love it. It is wonderful every year.
Fantastic. And Riley, you know what? I meant to let you do the Rogers family one because I know you've grabbed this one. Are you okay if Evan does this one this time?
That's fine with me.
All right, Evan, why don't you take off and do the Singing in the Smokies?
On the 4th of July weekend, July 4th, 5th, and 6th, the Inspirations and the Troy Burns family will be hosting Singing in the Smokies for the first time in I don't know when. I think since like the early 2010s. But you can come hear that mountain sing again in Bryson City, North Carolina. That's right. You call 828-736-1982 or visit singinginthesmokies.com. That's right. Singinginthesmokies.com.
Rodney Balcom, eat your heart out. You know what I'm saying? Just, I tell you what, he lit that up.
The amount of times I've been told I sound like him is kind of wild.
Oh, man. Y'all, again, thank you so much for joining us. We're in a good mood. Does it show? Everybody's grinning, showing off the dinner work. I put in both of my upper and lower plates tonight, so I got all my teeth in for the night's episode. We're just going to have a ball and a blast. And again, please share us. If you're watching on the SBM Studios Facebook page, please share us. And we appreciate that so much. But without further ado, y'all, we are so excited to be featuring for the first time in an interview, Miss Casey Wolfe of Greater Vision.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight, Casey?
I'm great. How are y'all?
We are tickled pink, and we have been looking so forward to tonight. So excited.
Well, I am so honored to be a part of this. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, it is an honor to have you, and we're going to have a great time. And we appreciate you giving your evening to us. But I know that so many people in the Southern gospel world, whether it's the artist or whether it's the fans that come by tables at NQC, know you and are familiar with you. But will you take just a minute to start us off and just act like you're kind of introducing yourself to our crowd? Just tell a little about anything you want to say, your family,
Sure.
your background, how you got to do what you do. Just take off and give us a little introduction, please.
Sure. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Casey Wolfe. I am the youngest daughter of Gerald Wolfe with Greater Vision, and I have been born and raised in this industry, and I absolutely love it so much. And I have been working full time as Greater Vision's office manager since March of 2020. And I absolutely love doing that. And I'm normally the one that you hear on the other side of the phone when you call the office. And when you place your orders in, I'm the one who takes care of them for you. And I love what I do. And I love the family that God has given me and the friends in this industry that He has given me. And I honestly could not ask for my life to be any other way than what it is. And so that is a little bit of who I am.
Yes, fantastic. And every time I've ever seen you, you wore the biggest smile, always smiling, always happy. And I tell you, everybody in the industry loves Casey Wolfe. I tell you, just
Oh,
you are a favorite. And I know I had so many different comments and interactions about just so excited that you were going to join us. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. And as always, our panel has a lot of questions geared up and ready to go. And I tell you, since Riley didn't get a commercial to do tonight, Riley, if you want to, why don't you start off our questions?
So I'm going to start off with a question from Instagram. So obviously working at the table at a lot of events, you hear a lot of things from older members of the Southern Gospel family. So what is one of the most interesting things you've heard at the product table?
oh my goodness. One of the most interesting things. Okay. About a couple years ago, I was working the table at NQC, and I had a lady come up to me. It was an older lady, and she was going to purchase a CD from us, and I was standing there just waiting for her to pick whichever CD she wanted, and waiting for her to get her payment out. And she looked at me, and I don't think she knew who I was. I'm not sure if she did, but she looked up at me and she goes, "You know, I used to like Gerald Wolfe a lot until I realized that I was much older than he was."
Uh-oh.
That's pretty
That's so
good.
bad.
And I'm gonna tell you something now, and here we go, because we've been talking back and forth with Casey. She's been watching our show for a long time and interacting, and she knows the questions that are normally asked. And the very first question she gets asked is one that's not on the regular scheduled program. Knocked it out of the park with goodness and grace. But it's funny how folks just will say some of the quirkiest things like that. So yeah, so the precious saints, what they can say. That's good
Yes,
stuff.
I love
Good.
people. They never cease to amaze me.
Yes, yes, yes. You
Yeah.
absolutely love them, and you're so good at the table working with them.
Oh,
All
thank
right. Well, how about Avery? You want to give us our next question?
I can. So do you sing or play any instruments?
I only sing mostly in church. I haven't really done anything like professionally. Um, except when I was like 5, Greater Vision did a project with all of the kids
Yep.
of the group, and it was called Greater Vision Kids Go and Tell.
Yep.
And I think I was about 6 when we did that one. But other than that, I normally just like sing in church or sing in the car, just all the, normal things to do. But as far as instruments, I took piano lessons when I was younger, but it didn't last very long. But I can play the ukulele. And
Very
so,
cool.
my sister-in-law, Maria Kramer Wolf with the Kramers, she also plays the ukulele. And so she's been teaching me a little bit on how to play that. And I love it. And so that's the only instrument I play is the ukulele.
That's cool.
Awesome.
I didn't know since your dad played piano and stuff if you did or not. So
Yeah, I
Cool.
tried. Ben is the big piano player in our family, other than my dad. And so,
Right.
yeah.
Excellent. Evan, you're up, bub.
Gosh, I've been sitting here this whole time. Usually I'm like brain full of questions, but like there's so many I can't pick a certain one right now. I'll go with this one. If you're having to create, and I'm not gonna say create like a whole set list, but if you are creating the set list for a night with Greater Vision, what are some of the highlight songs that you personally pick? Not necessarily number ones, but just ones that you love to hear.
That's a good question.
Another curveball.
They have so many songs in their category. I would probably have to say, like, start with You've Arrived, and of course we got to throw in My Name is Lazarus.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And I Know a Man Who Can.
Yeah.
And I love the song Somebody Is Praying for You. That is one of my favorites, and I love that John sings that. It's a great song.
It is.
What's that one song they do with just the bass and the piano?
Far Above the Starry Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that one a lot too. And He'll Hold My Hand. They've done that one before too.
Yes. Yes.
And
that's good.
Yeah.
If you were to make the set list, I'd be okay with that. Just let your dad make you let him like make you let a set list one night. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Casey's in charge. Yeah, and the thing about Greater Vision's catalog of songs, you know, every project from number 1 to number 10 or however many they put on there, solid. I mean, the catalog of songs are just solid, well written, full of meat, well composed musically. I mean, it's just, you know, it's hard to pick. If he had asked me that question, I would have really struggled. Of course, yeah, for all he's done is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
But so many good songs. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a little pause. We have got a ton of comments, and again, y'all keep posting those comments. But now there is 0. Last time we had 400 and some odd comments during our episode, so we there's no way that we can see them all. But I think producer Jason has got some flagged, maybe. So let's start throwing some up and see who is with us tonight. Allie Guerin says,
Hi, Allie.
"Hey, how you doing? Thank you for watching, Allie." And Mr.
Aaron.
Woo! And he is rooting for a cow to photo bomb.
Fun fact: there's no cows back here, but there are 2 horses that might walk up. So.
All right.
Hey.
Cool. Zach Stanley says, "Hey y'all, thank you for watching."
Howdy.
Coach Mal Mallory, one of our faithful watchers, he says, "Howdy, thank you for joining us." Miss Johnny Parrish, she's always faithful to watch. Brianna Harrell, been watching her sing a little bit live lately. Thank you for joining us. Miss Harrison, thank you so much for joining us again from Winter Haven, Florida.
Hey.
Helen Kinzer, watching from Illinois. And I was hoping she might watch. Yeah, she's watching. Thank you so much for watching. And Miss Diana Brantley is watching from Georgia. Thanks for joining us. Miss Tiffany Roby. Howdy. Cousin Chris. Thank you. Yes, they were the program on SBM Studios. The Champ Brothers, they were promoting the concert coming up and did a wonderful job leading in. They opened for us.
Yes,
how about
they
that?
did.
I'm always opening for them. They open for us. And Daniel Garrett says, "Hey."
Hey.
That reminds me, we've got some individual sponsors
Maria.
we're going to cover in a minute. And Maria. Maria, thank you for watching, and we appreciate her and her encouragement to Southern Gospel Forward so much.
Hello.
Beth, G or Gee? Let's go with Gee.
Are we going by the rules of like if it's a GIF or a GIF, then it's Gee?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know English, but thank you for watching. Mary Alice Greer is watching.
Hi, Mary Alice.
Yeah, and Hannah Osfeld is watching.
Oh, hi, Hannah.
Tracy Atkins says, "Good evening, everyone." Pat Barker, my favorite
Hi,
Wolf
Pat.
kid. Look
You're my
out.
favorite too, Pat. Thank you very much.
Whitney Holcomb. Hey, how are you doing, Whitney? Thank you for joining us. Andrew Potts. Howdy, howdy. And Lisa Nelson, thank you for watching us in Arkansas.
I got to meet Lisa at Hominy Valley. She's awesome.
Sweet. Miss Jeannie West.
Hello.
Watching Casey from Sugarland, Texas. Glenn Todd watching from Benton, Illinois. I like when they put in where they're watching from. That's cool. Kristen Clanton. Hey, friend. Hey, how are you? I love her encouraging devotionals every morning and watching those. We appreciate her. All right. And yes, we did not cover our individual sponsors. Again, I did that before. So, Brother Jason, would you pop that up there and let me call these names? We have individual sponsors, again, who contributed to help us out. Ms. Hannah Bradford, Daniel Garrett, Kyle Goodson, Daniel Hayes, and Andrew Potts. We thank them so much for being faithful sponsors to Southern Gospel Forward. It means a lot when you see some of these names over and over and over, because it's not depending on who we have on. It feels like they want to support Southern Gospel Forward, and that means a lot. So, all right, thank y'all. Now, let's get back into it, and I think we are to Riley.
It's me. Since we mentioned Greater Vision Kids, I grew up listening to that project.
Yeah.
And I have a story kind of to go along with that. Okay. We were on the way to visit a shut-in on the, back when I was little, and we were listening to Don't Make a Monkey Out of Me. And so that prompted questions. I was like, what does that mean? Don't make a monkey out of me. And it prompted questions that led to me getting saved. But my question is, what is your favorite song off that album?
Oh, that's a great question. I would probably have to say, Do You Hear the Cry? That was my favorite at the time. I just loved how fun and upbeat it was. And I think that's still my favorite. I love that one. And the Love Above is a good song. As well as Creation Station, features the only solo I had on that song. but honestly, all of the songs on there are really good. And I know we had a lot of fun making that project. And so it has good memories for me, for sure.
That's bringing back a lot of memories. Like, now that you say that those are those songs, I'm like, I remember those.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Let's see. Is it my turn again?
It is your turn.
Okay. So here's one that's it doesn't have to be Southern Gospel related. It can be any kind of music, but what's on your playlist right now?
What is on my playlist? Well, obviously, besides a lot of Greater Vision, of course, I have to say the Mylan Hayes family. Everybody who knows me knows that me and Kennedy are best friends. And so, of course, I listen to a lot of their music and I love them. And of course, I listen to a lot of the Kramers, and I listen to a lot of Joseph Habedank, and I've been listening to the Kingsmen lately too. They have a couple of good songs. Oh Yes, I Am started playing in my head the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to that, and it's been on repeat for like the whole week. But yeah, I think like between the Hayes family and Greater Vision, that's pretty most of what I have been listening to lately. Yeah.
That's a good list. That's a great playlist.
That's a good playlist.
That's a good playlist. All right, Evan, you're up. You ready?
I guess. So you aren't on stage as much as you are on the background, but you travel a lot, I assume, just growing up in the Greater Vision circuit. What is one of your favorite venues that you have been to in all your years of traveling?
Oh, wow. I do really enjoy going to the LeConte Center over in Pigeon Forge. That's where we have NQC. I love doing that. I didn't go to Louisville quite often because I was in public school at the time, but the times that I did go, I loved it. I just loved how big it was, and like everybody was there, and the square stage in the middle was so iconic. But as far as right now, I think the LeConte Center probably has to be my favorite.
Awesome.
It is a fantastic place to be.
And
Yeah,
I'd
it's
love
a
to
sense of
go.
home to me.
Yeah, it is. It is a favorite. Hey, I think what we want to do, we are getting bombarded with some comments. Let's let producer Jason throw up some that we've got marked here to share. Miss
Oh, hi,
Tiffany
Tiffany.
Epley is watching. It's John's wife. We thank her, and my other brother cousin Neil Champion is watching. Thank y'all for partnering with us tonight and let us get this in. Yes, and brother Gerald Wolfe, we thank
Hey,
you for
Dad.
watching from Atlanta. Hey, Dad. Ben is watching as he warms up mac and cheese.
I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hi, Miss Susan is watching. Susan, we thank you so much for joining us. And John is chiming in.
John.
Yeah.
Okay.
And John.
Sanderlin is from Alaska. Maria says the kids are waving at Aunt Casey. So
Hi,
there you
Elizabeth
go.
and Bennett. I love you both.
It's awesome. Love those youngins.
Oh, hi,
Marilyn Medley
Marilyn.
says you are doing great, and I agree. She's doing a fantastic job. Specky Gilbert is watching from Kingston.
Hello.
Anna Caparet watching from Kansas City, Kansas, and says, have you and Kennedy Hayes spent girlfriend time lately?
Yes, me and Kennedy, we have been so fortunate to be able to do a lot of things together recently. I know there have been a couple people coming up to us asking if we're sisters because they see us together a lot. But yes, hi Kennedy. Hi.
And she's here. Kennedy Hayes is watching. Yeah,
yes,
Kennedy.
I love that.
For her.
The most recent thing we did together, she got to come with my family to Hawaii back in June. And I am so thankful that Mylan and Wendy allowed her to do that. Yes, we had the best time and made lots of memories. And that, honestly, out of all the fun things that we've gotten to do out of our 10 years of friendship, I really think Hawaii is the best adventure that we've gotten to do together. It was so much fun.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Richie Hartfield.
Richie, I love all of you. My favorite people from California. I love them so much.
Oh, and I think Gerald put this up when he was talking about the kids project.
Yes.
Rodney wrote all the songs on that project.
Probably just apply that to any Greater Vision album, though. Rodney wrote all the songs on that project, and it could
between
be
Rodney and Chris. Yeah, that covered the gamut. Gracie Thurman says, hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Phyllis Barker says, hi, Casey.
Hello.
Annette McKee Brown from the Mississippi area. Hannah is watching tonight with Annette. Thank y'all for joining us. Ruth Frew watching from Pigeon Forge. Chris Holmes watching from Bruce, Mississippi.
That's a cool name for a town.
It is. Joyce McClanahan from Missouri. We've about covered all the states already, y'all. This is pretty cool.
Oh, hi,
Gene Darnell, from Kingsport, Tennessee. Thank you for watching us. Miss Jan Little.
Hi, Miss Jan.
Thank you for watching us and joining us of the Littles. Maria says you love some CC Winans too.
Yes, I do love CC Winans. Yes, I listen to her quite frequently.
And Maria, we are excited too for Southern Gospel Forward to have a booth at National Quartet Convention this year. We are thankful to the board for letting us come and set up. It's going to be a blessing. Absolutely.
I promise I won't misbehave too bad.
There you go. Trevor Conkle in the house.
Trevor.
Two-time guest here on the podcast.
And I heard a cricket somewhere in the background. I think that must have been Sister Avery back there. Cricket just
it was not intentional.
The wild Tennessee cicadas.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. What is one?
Yeah.
I didn't. Bruce, Mississippi is my hometown in Maryland now. This is what I was going to pop up. I hit it wrong. On the new one coming up, it's all of the guys riding except me. Well, Brother Gerald, I know you got it in you. Just haul off and write one here before long.
Hey, I'll say this as a musician. composition is just as important as songwriting. And I know that Gerald has composed at least one song. He's too good of a musician. And
Yes.
he's arranged, composed anything, whatever they say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, good deal. Well, let's go back with another round of questions. Are you ready, Brother Riley?
Yeah. So somebody, going back to the questions, somebody said best funny Gerald Wolfe story.
We got to be careful here now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, what am I allowed to say on
Yeah,
here?
you got to be careful with this one because, you know.
Don't want to get in trouble.
No.
Oh my goodness. Best.
You know, Gerald has such a wonderful sense of humor.
He
and
does.
Not only from the stage, but I've watched him at the table engage with fans and different people coming up, and his wit and his humor.
Yes.
I know there's been some pretty comical times. I've witnessed a couple, and again, I think I'm going to leave a couple of them alone. But you know, it's just, I love Gerald's sense of humor. I absolutely do.
He's very quick.
He is. He's
and
very quick.
I love that. I could never. Like, it takes me like 5 hours to think of something like that.
I'm so glad I'm not alone.
I know he's told this story from the stage many times, but it's honestly one of my favorites. A lady came up to him at a concert and asked him if he would sing There Is a River. And, you know, Dad has had a neck condition for a few years called muscle tension dysphonia. And it just really has him struggle to speak and to sing. And so he hasn't sang in about 6 years. And so when the lady asked him if he would sing There's a River, he says, no. And she goes, well, why not? And he says, well, I haven't sang in 6 years. And she said, well, I just saw you on Gaither just the other day singing There Is a River. And he said, oh, is that when the big room and all those people were sitting around me? She said, yeah. He goes, they're all dead.
Yes,
true,
I actually watched him tell that on the video the other night. We're YouTubers because there's really nothing much fit to watch on television. So we watched, and I had watched. I forget what the interview was or where Gerald was telling that, but that was fantastic. And I'm glad you shared that. But that is the classic Gerald.
Yes,
you know, absolutely. So fantastic. That you're doing good on these not planned questions, Casey. That was another one from last year. So, Avery, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
So this is one that I kind of ask everybody. I know you don't travel and sing with a group, but you are with Greater Vision. But if you could sing and travel with a group, who would it be and why? And like yours can be modern or retired.
Traveling. I would probably have to say the Mylan Hayes family. I just love them. And of course, you know, I could get to see my best friend all the time. So that would be super fun. But honestly, I would just, you know, do background stuff for them. I'd work their table, you know, be their sound worker, you know, do all that fun stuff. So yeah, I love
That's
that
good.
family.
Precious family. I mean, they are precious family. And Kennedy says you're an honorary Hayes family member, but
Yes, and
that would be a wonderful family to be with. Yeah.
Yeah, and when she comes with us now, she's called Kenny Wolfe. Yeah,
Kenny Wolfe.
we call her Kenny Wolfe.
Coolest 80s gospel singer in the world.
Sweet. All right, Evan, are you prepared?
Oh, I'll hit you with this one. You have watched the podcast for probably before I was a host on here. So I'm going to hit you with a question that all the guests wait for. What is your favorite road trip snack?
Road trip snack. That's a great one. Right now I've been really enjoying what are they called? Like the sweet tart mini chews.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what they're called? I love those. And Nerds gummy clusters.
Heck yeah.
And those are really good when you can find those. And Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's what I mostly eat. It's
Mhm.
candy.
It's a good candy on the road. It hits different. It does.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Chick-fil-A, honestly. Chick-fil-A on the road hits
Mhm.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they because they bred it in store. Different areas I figured out.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
They bred the chicken different in different areas. So
Yes, and even the buns are different. Like for the sandwiches, they're different.
Mhm.
now I know I'm not alone on that. I thought I was the only person who thought that. Now I'm glad.
No, I notice it. I eat Chick-fil-A every day, so I notice every little
So do
detail
I.
is different.
Riley's got to tell us the secrets one day.
You can't pay me enough. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So somebody call Chick-fil-A corporate because they owe us a sponsorship now.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, my brother Avery works for them, so he
Yes,
works
he
for
does. I
Chick-fil-A.
forgot that. Yes, he does. He sure does. Yeah. But
I have a funny story about running into your brother at Chick-fil-A. I didn't know he worked there, and I was going through the line, and they get your name for your order.
Yes.
And I told him my name was Avery, and this is the one in Sevierville. I was up
Yes.
there about to leave the NQC, and I was getting lunch before I left. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, we have a guy here whose name is Avery. Like he works over here. You'll see him when you go around." And they were like, "What brings you to Sevierville?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to this National Quartet Convention thing, And they're like, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I know the Avery you guys are talking about if it's the person I'm thinking." And I went around, and he was like, "Only you and I would get that." And I was like, "Right."
Oh, that's
was
awesome.
funny.
that is fantastic. Producer Jason, I'm going to kind of play a little bit here. Kennedy, I can give you my address because I like brownie.
You have to come east through my city to get to Scott's. So
You sure do. So,
I also
wait,
will
Save
take
wait a
some
brownie.
minute.
for me.
Evan. Hey, Evan.
Hmm?
That would be coming west if she came through your city to me. But
Yeah.
anyway, no worries. No worries. We're good. We're good.
whatever. I'm not good at geography. I'm always chilling on the couch whenever I'm
And I,
riding.
Hey, that's
And
what he
I-
said, you guys. He said west. I heard it.
you heard him. Okay. And I'm getting
There's no
called
wheeze.
out. I'm getting called out by a member of the peanut gallery. And
Uh-oh.
I have prepared. So I'm going to fix this right now because every week I struggle with Chardon, and it's Chardon, Ohio. Thank you, Brian Park. I've studied that so I would not mess that up again. So I just wanted to make sure I threw that out there. And then Miss Danette Haddix says she's the office manager from the Collingsworth family.
Oh, we love the Collingsworth family.
Yeah,
Mhm.
watching from my home. We love them
Office
too.
managers.
Yes, they're great friends of ours. We love them.
And if Miss Danette is still watching, we may give you a little shout out because Southern Gospel Forward at some point would love to have a member or two of the Collingsworth family on with us, if that's okay.
Awesome.
So
She's the
thank
one I've
you.
emailed with before.
Okay, excellent. So
Danette,
yeah,
yes.
we'll talk on that, especially now they see what we're doing. Hey, and here is one more. We got the gang all here. We
Hey,
got
Avery's here.
Avery's here, Avery Wolfe. So and he said he remembers your story, Avery. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
good
funny.
deal. All right, Jason. I'm going to lay my hands off of that. I just saw those up, and I don't want my producer to fire me. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Can Papa ask a question? I think this one will be okay, and I don't know if this is one that we actually went over, but we've kind of semi been neighbors for the last couple of years at NQC because I'm on the advisory board of the SGMA, which the table is just kind of around the bend. You go
Yeah.
from y'all to the Kramers and then Mark Trammell Quartet, and then you get SGMA. That's kind of the little corner there.
Yeah.
And that's a catch-all corner. You see a lot of traffic, and one thing that I notice is just how friendly and how much interaction always takes place at National Quartet Convention amongst the artists, stopping at tables and visiting and having the side conversations and getting together behind. You experience that from behind the scenes. Am I reading right when I always say on this show that it feels like Southern gospel artists are just one big family? Am I reading that right?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yeah. And like I said, you are you seem to be a favorite stop. I see especially a lot of younger artists stopping by and talking with you. You talk about being behind the scenes, but I'm a big believer in behind the scenes folks are the ones that makes the engine go. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that product doesn't get out to all those Greater Vision fans. I've received stuff, and I mean, you know, it's always well done, and just thankful for the work that you do behind the scenes. So important, and you know, and especially, I bet you in QC, you have a lot of work to do leading up to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we normally, a lot of preparation goes into that, you know, just to make sure that we get all of last minute orders out, and make sure, you know, nothing sits too long, you know, because we like to be as efficient as possible with how the flow goes with getting orders come out as they come in. And especially if we are having any new projects coming out or anything, sometimes we'll have like a pre-order going on. And so sometimes I'll have to like get pre-order labels put out, so I'll have them ready for when we send those out. And so, yeah.
And something tells me that when that Christmas in London project hit, the orders were pretty overwhelming, if I'm having to guess.
Yeah, there were a lot of them. I can't remember the exact number, but it was a big number.
I saw the stacks, and it looked pretty impressive. So I know you worked hard, and that's a good segue. I think, why don't we take a second and do something? We advertised that there was going to be a couple of announcements. You're going to handle that in just a little bit, so y'all hang with us on the announcements. But we also advertised that we were going to do a giveaway. And what I'm going to do, and now this is PepHall. This is PepHall sponsored, because speaking about that, I pre-ordered the special when Christmas in London was coming out, and then I went to NQC and y'all had it there, so I went ahead and bought a copy there, and then got my pre-order. So I ended up with 2 copies of the to me the most fantastic project that came out in 2023. Y'all, I listened to this year round, the Christmas in London with Greater Vision. Excellent. The production is excellent. The music is excellent. The singing is excellent. Everything is excellent. And I listen to Christmas music all the time. I'm kind of like Brother Gerald on that, you know, year round. But this is a must-have for any collector. And we're going to give it away. How about that? I'm going to send it. Now, we're going to have a trivia. I do what?
I said, Evan, get in the comments.
Evan, y'all stay out. No. So here's the deal. And y'all remember, it's going to be, because sometimes these comments come from all these shares and the YouTube channel. Whatever producer Jason sees first is going to be the official winner on this. Okay. But Casey, you have a question ready, a Greater Vision themed question ready.
I do.
To ask our audience. So I'm going to let you ask the question.
Okay. What is Greater Vision's most requested song?
All right. So what is Greater Vision's most requested song? We will watch those comments. And the first correct answer, no, Evan, it is not Glory Road. Good gracious alive.
Good job, Evan.
Oh, Brother Gerald guessed wrong too, according to Miss Casey. Good night. Whoop. Did you see one? Yes. Yeah, there it is. Miss Anita Shores.
Hey, there it is. That's it.
Yeah.
My name is Lazarus, which I always loved the story in that song.
My brother said achy breaky heart.
Avery, you think that achy breaky heart was in there? I tell you what, I would love to hear achy heart from the NQC stage. That would be wow. That would be a wow. I love my name is Lazarus has been around for a while. And the cool thing about that song is from the writing standpoint of, well, this didn't exactly happen, but just think if it did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is an absolute cool concept for the writing of that song. So Miss Anita Shores, if you will, I tell you what, if you will, you can drop a comment and I think we'll see it. Or you probably, don't do that. We don't want your address broadcasting. If you will send a direct message to SBM Studios, the Facebook page, I will see that and get that to you. Or you can drop an email to sbmmin.13@gmail.com and I'll get that. But get us your address and we will get you your project. Congratulations.
Yay.
All right. And Avery,
I didn't want to interrupt your ad, but I realized that.
that you've been replaced by a microphone?
Mm-hmm. He's got a microphone where I normally sit.
Oh, okay. I didn't even, I was confused. I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had to have company in the room because, I mean, you know, he's
It's getting pretty lonely
invested.
over here.
Getting pretty lonely.
This,
I
And
was
he
just
also-
there yesterday.
this
And he
corner-
also had to fill that space so Brother Robert won't try to sneak in. You know what I'm saying? So he's got your face filled. So
Thank you.
all right. Well, I guess we are ready for another question, and I think we were to Riley, correct?
Yes.
All right.
It's time for my second appearance of my new regular question. So, last time with Priscilla, I asked if you were to put together a gospel music event for like a day or two, and you could pick only 5 artists, and I'd say ones that people wouldn't think you would pick. Who would you have on there, and who would be your MC?
So groups that I normally wouldn't pick,
Yes.
or normally
Yes.
wouldn't pick. Ooh.
That's a
Okay.
twist.
So, all
That was
right.
a twist from last time. Yes.
That I normally wouldn't pick. Man, I feel like that's going to be like a shade to some people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I thought about that.
let me frame this, okay? Let me frame this, and I think I can help this. So, normally the groups that you are around are really compose the gospel music hymn scene tour,
Mhm.
like the Whiznets and the Mark Trammell Quartet, the Hayes family, Jim and Melissa Brady, and Greater
Which
Vision.
makes a fantastic lineup.
It
No
sure
less.
does. Oh,
Yes.
yes. You
It
cannot
is
beat that lineup.
Yes.
Cannot break that one.
But
I wish I
let's
got to
take-
see it more often.
So let's
Yes.
take those 5 groups out and
Out.
anybody
Okay.
else other than that.
That's
Is that a
that's
better
what I was
framing?
that's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Okay. all
Yes,
right,
yes,
good.
yes. I got you. I got you. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Not him singing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. That's what I was saying. Oh, sorry, Dad.
Great job. Riley just lost his whatever the thing down there.
You know the thing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Karen Peck. I love Karen.
Mhm.
Let's see. Tribute Quartet. I love the
Ooh, yeah.
tribute guys. They're great. Great friends of ours. Let's see. It's 2.
Ooh. Throw that one in there. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Mom's the second half. That's a great idea. That kind of,
That
I'm
works.
done with
There
that.
we go.
but I'll take it. Yeah. So Karen, tribute, second half, and let's see. Oh, the Kramers. Yeah, I gotta have the Kramers. Gotta have my niece and nephew there.
I was kind of waiting on that one, but anyway.
Because I know Maria's been a part of the hymn sing before, so I was kind of thinking, but she's not like officially a part of the
Regular,
hymn
yeah.
sing.
Right,
She
right.
comes into special events. Ooh, last one. Oh wow, this is harder than I thought.
These comments are killing me.
Oh, Collingsworth family. I'll say the Collingsworth family.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
Papa's going to
equally
give
a
a
good
disclaimer.
lineup.
Casey Wolfe loves all Southern gospel artists. She's not singling anybody out.
Yes, I love everybody. We're one big family.
That's right.
We're one
That's
big
right. So
family. I love everybody.
I'm going to run interference on that for you. There you go. that's one reason. And and I say, and we've been guilty sometimes in our little private forward group, there'll be questions like your favorite this. I actually, when we first started it, kind of reached out to see what groups the young folks was interested in, but I can't stand doing the rankings or putting in my favorites or this, because I seriously love all of them. I love everybody. And I just hate, I hate to,
Right.
Do I have my preferences? 100%, but kind of keep that close to the vest and kind of love on everybody. So I'm totally with you. So that's on us, and she did a great job, and she put together an outstanding lineup.
Yeah.
And that's good stuff. All right, Avery, what you got?
Oh,
Okay, so I know you are a big Disney fan, and I know I at least see one person in here. She's my best friend. She loves Disney. She's doing the college program this fall. So I wanted to ask a Disney related question. What is your favorite park? And then what's your favorite ride?
Okay. My favorite park is definitely Magic Kingdom. A lot of childhood memories for me there. I mean, I love all the parks, but of course, Magic Kingdom, it's like the center park of it all, and it has the castle there and everything. And so I really enjoy doing that and all the rides there. But honestly, my favorite ride at Disney probably has to be Rock and Roller Coaster. Love that zero feeling.
Yes.
I've always been a roller coaster girl, so I love that one. And Space Mountain, Expedition Everest.
Space Mountain is fun.
Yes.
Okay. You said you're a roller coaster girl?
Yes.
So just curious, what's your favorite roller coaster at Dollywood?
Dollywood, Thunderhead.
There you go. Traditional. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, Thunderhead, and that new one that opened up recently, Big Bear.
I haven't gotten to ride it.
And it's amazing. I highly recommend it. It's amazing.
There's one more I haven't gotten to ride it. The Screaming Eagle.
Oh, the Wild Eagle.
Wild Eagle. There you go. Yeah.
Yes, that one's fun too.
I was going to ride it one time.
Going upside down a few times.
Yeah. I was going to ride it one time, and I almost had my son talked up to it, but he was younger. And then we got up, and it's like, nah. So I haven't got to ride that. So maybe one day. All right, Evan, I stepped on you there, brother. You're
good. You're good. What I was going to say is that Rock and Roller Coaster, if like people are Disney fans, Aerosmith is losing their license with Disney.
Yes, I saw that.
Since we have the great folks in the office manager of Greater Vision,
I know where this is going.
My name is Lazarus. Think about that. I know a man who
my name is Lazarus.
I've got good ideas.
Yes, Evan, that was great.
I have to think about a question because I was just pondering on a Greater Vision roller coaster.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
Okay, so as we can see my name tag with the Andes frozen custard, and we know that your dad is an avid
major Andes fan.
I mean, probably could like slap his name on the billboard and like at this rate. So we kind of know what his favorite is. What is your favorite thing at Andes?
Well, I like a lot of stuff there. Like I've gotten a few things from there. But my favorite is honestly just a kid's brownie sundae. Just a classic vanilla custard with a brownie and hot fudge.
The brownies there are just...
Yes.
I love them.
I had Andy's custard for the first time back in March when Garrett had his spring break, and we went up there, and that was my first experience. I'd seen all the pictures and all the Southern Gospel folks going, and it was fine. And the aggravating thing was back when Brother Gerald had his birthday, I tried to send him one of those online gift cards, gifts for Andy's, and it didn't work. So we'll have to maybe do it in person or something at some point, because I know I wanted him to take y'all out for Andy's, and they wouldn't let him because it didn't work. And Avery Wolfe is eating Andy's right now.
Bring me some, please.
Bless his heart, suffering.
Freedom Berry Jackhammer.
Well, Producer Jason, while you're throwing those comments up, I think there's a few more folks that's entered the room. Blaine Rayleigh, he's a longtime supporter, and we thank him for joining us. Katie.
Hi, Katie.
the Ric Flair of Southern gospel music. Woo! She says, "Love you, sweet friend,"
Love you, Katie.
and all of the SGF fam, and we
I
love Katie
appreciate it
too.
personally.
Yeah,
We love
we do.
Katie.
Jim and Melissa
Oh,
Brady. in the house.
Melissa. I
Yeah,
love
thank
it.
y'all for joining us. Yep. And yes, Brother Gerald, now I'm a believer in that. They have the worst online gift card system. It needs to be on the app. I agree. It did not work.
He just lost his place on the billboard.
The funny thing about it is when I called customer, and I just looked around on the internet, finally found the number and called, and I don't know. I mean, I got a person sitting and this lady asked, and it was almost like there was no surprise. It was like, oh yeah. I mean, kind of like, yeah, you want me just to give you your money, cancel it and get your money back? I'm like, well, yeah, if you can't make it work, yeah.
Oh,
So,
they know.
Now pull up the next comment. Ugh.
What? I don't know.
I'm gonna be on John's side on this.
I don't know. I've had so many Dairy Queen Blizzards, and I think that one mint chocolate chip concrete or whatever I had from Andy's was better than
Look,
the
I
Dairy
don't
Queen.
know if I got the wrong Andy's thing, but I'm kind of gonna lean with John's.
Wow.
I don't know.
Dairy puts like powdery peanut butter in theirs. Andy's puts actual peanut butter. Like
Yes.
actual-
Ben said it good. Chick-fil-A could teach Andy's a thing or two about how an app works.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I would love to get the Chick-fil-A folks to come train a lot of my staff at my work. I tell you what, Chick-fil-A has it going on when it comes to operations now.
They do.
That's no doubt. That is
I
no
honestly think
doubt.
Chick-fil-A has the best system, like the best work system. I could honestly pull into Chick-fil-A with the I can come into Chick-fil-A and the crowd just be out of this world, and I still get my food in 2 minutes. And so, like, they just have the best system there.
It's amazing. They are amazing for sure. For sure.
John,
I hope on testing to see which is better. I'll test it just because I'm road trip snack king.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think Maria just won the debate. I love Culver's.
Culver's
It is a problem.
My son agrees. Now he said Culver's was better than Andy's. I don't know.
So good.
he when we went, he has a Culver's up close to.
Wait,
never been to Culver's.
Pull up Trevor's now. This is where it's at.
What's Trevor saying?
Yeah.
Never had it.
See,
had it.
I liked Freddy's for a while. I liked Freddy's for a while, but then I had Andy's, and it's just not the same.
Yeah,
Wow.
I liked Freddy's, and then I had Culver's.
So, welcome to Southern Gospel Forward, where we critique all ice cream of every format and tell you what is the best. So, join in. We didn't really talk about time. Are you good to hang out just a little bit longer?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
as long as y'all want to go, I'm good.
Ooh, midnight. Look out. No, I'm just kidding. Papa got to go to bed.
Missing out at 8 or whatever. Yeah, about 8:30, man.
I turn into a pumpkin in an hour. So, no, I can't do that. I do want to, how about we take a pause? And Casey, you were telling me that Gerald had maybe given you a couple of announcements that you could make, kind of exclusive announcements to our crowd watching on behalf of Greater Vision.
Yes, I do have a couple of exciting announcements that I got the green light to share with you guys. What do I want to share first? Okay, so that one. I have a couple. So, all right, first I will share that, as some of you know, if you've been keeping up a lot with Greater Vision, you will know that them, along with our friends, the Mylan Hayes family, are doing a Christmas tour at the end of this year called the Family and Friends Christmas Tour. And we are so excited about it. They will be coming to 8 cities. And we're so excited about that. All dates will be announced on June 25th, as well as the cities. But I already have a couple of locations to share with you guys. So the first location will be in Lakeland, Florida.
All right. Congratulations, Lakeland.
Yeah, the other location will be Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And so, again, all of the dates will be announced on June 25th. along with the rest of the cities. But those are a couple of the cities that they will be coming to. So if you live in any of those areas, be sure to mark it in your calendars and get ready to go see the Family and Friends Christmas tour. We're really excited about it. And then the other announcement that I have, as a lot of you probably remember, the Gospel Music Hymn Sing gang, we filmed a Christmas Gospel Music Hymn Sing back in November at In Touch Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. And I know a lot of you guys have been really excited about that and when that DVD is going to come out. But I can officially say that the Carols of Christmas Gospel Music Hymn Sing DVD will be released during the National Quartet Convention.
Woo!
Yes, as
All
well
right.
as Greater Vision's new album that they've been working on. They've been in and out of the studio for the past couple months. And so their new album will also be released during the National Quartet Convention.
Woo.
So
That's
yeah,
gonna be
we
so
got
Look
good.
forward to that.
2 great projects coming out during NQC. We're excited.
Mhm.
So those are definitely going to be on my budget for
Mhm.
NQC for sure. All right.
Get
While
your
you're
Awesome.
wallets ready.
While you're
And-
there, I can sign it because I'll also be at NQC.
Yes.
That's great. And yes, when that announcement came out, and I love talking about family, had Greater Vision going to have an announcement and the Hayes family going to have an announcement, and they just came together and they got together and did the announcement at the same time, which was really awesome, on that cooperation. And then we had the wonderful announcement of the Christmas tour. And with my work schedule and just everything else, and I guess me being getting older and crotchety sometimes, I don't travel as much as probably I would like to, or, to see. But now that Christmas tour, I am hoping that it is in a reasonable way to get. There's a website, familyandfriendschristmas.com. Thank you, Brother Gerald. That is a can't miss the Christmas tour.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that is going to be fantastic. And looking forward to that. And the Hayes family has a new Christmas project in the works too.
Yes, they've been working really hard on theirs for a good while, and so we're so excited to hear it. It's going to be good.
Because I looking at those promo pictures that they took for that, those are the bomb with that red background. That's sharp. So Christmas project coming. So a lot of good stuff coming. And then how exciting that the Hymn Sing Christmas project is coming out. So looking forward to that. Thank you, Casey, for sharing those announcements on exclusives here. We love it. We love that. We appreciate the way that Greater Vision backed us tonight and helped promote this. And it means a lot to our Southern Gospel Forward family. Sure does. We appreciate that so much. All right. Back to Riley. Do you have an easy question in your bag?
Probably not. I'm full of like favorites.
Favorite color or something.
Well, hey, you just ask what you want, Riley. I'm ready.
She's ready. Give it to her.
Well, your dad, I think, has had one of the best voices in gospel music ever, like one of the most powerful voices. And he's sang a lot of great songs. What is your favorite song that your dad has sang? That's a really hard question because there's so many of them. But
wow, there is a lot. But I would probably have to say "Champion of Love."
Yes,
awesome song.
Yes, it's a great one.
Love that song so much.
It's hard to think about, but now I have a personal favorite. And there were a lot of great cuts through the years, but I love on the Quartet's album, "The Longer I Serve Him." That version of "The Longer I've Served Him" is got to be, if not the best, one of the best of all time. That is absolutely amazing. Excellent. All right, Miss Avery, you're up.
So I stole this one from Nick Wilkie. I was listening back to his podcast because he had asked him different questions. So what are like your top 3 or top 5 favorite eras in Southern gospel music?
Top 5 favorite eras?
Yeah, so like maybe decades or whatever.
I think definitely when the cathedrals were around. I love seeing all the videos of them and hearing all of Dad's stories of how fun Glenn and George were to travel with and sing with. I tell my mom all the time, like, I was born in the wrong era, because I would have loved to have met all of them and gotten to go to their concerts. And I know Glenn and George passed away like when I was very little or even before I was born. Like it was just that time frame. So I definitely would love to have been a part of that
Right.
era, and I love it. I love seeing all the videos and hearing all their songs. Also, same thing with like the Happy Goodman family era with
Yeah,
Vestal and
that's a good one.
all them. I love all their songs, and Dad plays their songs a lot, of course, along with the cathedral stuff. And also, early 2000s gospel music was like my time, like when I was born and raised. It was like the early, like the 2000s, like 2005, 6, like just all of that. Like that was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, right now, the eras right now are really good. People just the songs that people put out and the artists that are up and coming, they're doing really great. And so I enjoy every era of gospel music. Honestly, I've been born and raised in it, and so
That's a good answer. Yeah, that'd be hard for me to isolate too, but I do agree with you. You go through and talk about the golden eras and some of the changes, the dynamic eras, and when the changes to. But now this day and time, the music that's being put out, the quality of singers on the road, it's hard to beat now. I'm telling you.
The lineups right now, and I've told all my Southern Gospel friends this, whenever I'm in conversation. Right now, lineups wise, is like perfect. Like we will look back in 20, 30 years and be like, man, those lineups were superb.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you name a group and it's like, yeah, that's a top lineup of theirs. Like right now, that's what I love about the genre right now is just the lineups are so great right now.
Yeah.
Well, Evan, why don't you keep going? It's your turn for a question, friend.
You talked a little bit about the cathedrals, and I kind of told myself because I'm such a history nut, I was like, don't ask any cathedral questions. It was open when in Rome. So are there any stories that you've heard of George or Glenn that stick out to you that your dad has told you?
Ooh. Oh wow. I know he's told a couple, but they're kind of hard to remember because it's been so long since we've talked about them. Oh, I do like this one. It's more of like an encouraging thing rather than like a funny thing. I remember Dad telling me, I can't remember if it was George or Glenn. I know he can probably confirm that if he's still watching. But one of them came up to Dad. It might have been after a concert one night, and he said, "Gerald, you're not going to be able to win everybody, but just win those that you can."
Oh, that's good.
And that has always stuck with me. And that honestly, like hearing things like that has honestly make me wish I wish I would have met them and gotten to know them.
Oh, like I think George died the year after I was born. And I was like, maybe just in that 1 year, like he could have like held me as a baby or something. Like that.
Yeah, just like a child.
Yeah, like I mean, he's one of the like those two just are like I've never met them, never been in the same room as them, but they are heroes to me, and I think they are to anyone in the genre.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He said that was George. You can't win everybody, just win as many as you can.
And Gerald is a branch off of that cathedral tree, and the guys who spent a lot of time on that bus with George and Glenn were poured into. They were poured into greatly. They learned so much from them when it come to interacting with people and managing groups and operating a stage, communicating a song, connecting with the audience, so many things. And you just see, I've seen that for years. And Gerald, just like he's a chip off of the Glenn and George block. Casey, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So maybe talking about that, and as you've watched your dad through these years, what is something that you could share that you feel that you have learned from him by his example?
Oh, wow. to always stay encouraged. You know, when life throws things our way, he's especially with his journey with the neck condition that he has, just always stay joyful and always stay encouraged, and just to share the love of Christ with everybody. Because you know, there are so many people who are hurting and like they might not talk about it. You know, they might come up to you and have a big smile on their face, you know,
Mhm.
but you know, like you don't really know what's going on. But you know, but if you share like your testimony and how God has helped you, it maybe could encourage them and reach other people as well.
Absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
would definitely have to say like to just always stay encouraged.
That's great. And I'm probably
Yeah.
going to mess up this quote, but I know the Bible I carry is the Charles Stanley Study Bible. And I know that Brother Gerald was great friends with Brother Charles. And I believe the quote that I've heard Gerald quote from Brother Charles is, "We cannot determine our circumstances, but we can determine our response." Did I
Yes.
hit
Yeah.
that pretty much right?
Yeah. You can't always choose your circumstances, but you can choose how you respond.
Yeah, and he is absolutely an example of that wisdom from Brother Charles in his
So
message.
it would be so cool to get a book of quotes from people in Southern Gospel, and just like each page just be a quote from that person.
Yeah,
There's
that would be cool.
really strong quotes from people like you know that honestly, you know, we live by verses and we live by such, and sometimes just a quote like that can help us out just as much, you know.
Yeah.
People who follow the Lord, you know, and know the words in their heart. I mean, my grandma used to say this quote: what's in your well is going to come up in your bucket." And I mean, I feel like that's the same way with you know, if you hide the word in your heart, you've got just as strong words that will come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yep. I have one more quick question, and goodness gracious, now I'm off script, Casey. I'm sorry, but one of my favorite things, and I think it was kind of a leading up to the event moment as far as the decision for this to happen. But one of my favorite things during National Quartet Convention Week last year was the presentation of Christmas in London at the Biblical Times Theater.
Yes.
When we were able to go in, and mercy, listening to that project on that amazing sound system in the round that is at the Biblical Times Theater. It's fantastic. Again, I just lost in the music. There were moments of joy, definitely moments of tears. I know when they play, you know, not hearing it when they played "Cherish That Name," and when that second verse popped in and I heard Gerald's voice singing it, I sat there and squalled like a mashed cat right there in the middle of everybody. You know, I mean, it was just a precious moment. But you probably got to hear the project, you know, before most people did. What was your immediate reaction when you heard the Christmas in London project?
Honestly, it was great. And also just knowing they got to do it in such a famous place. They got to do it at Abbey Road Studios with the famous London orchestra there that, you know,
The
they've played on
Philharmonic
so
or
many they've played on so many movies, and in that room they've done many movies there, like many Disney movies and Star Wars movies. And so just knowing that they were in that room doing that project was just amazing to me.
So cool.
And just the orchestra, and just knowing everybody in that orchestra, they saw the sheet music that day when they were in the studio. Like they didn't have time to practice. They just got the sheet music from Trey and played it right then and there. And it was just perfect.
Well, I'm going to quit music for the rest of my life. Seeing I like today, I went in for like a little mini music lesson at my school, and I got a piece of paper and had to sight read it, and I was like, I've done music all my life, but why am I blanking? These people just do it for their jobs. That's spectacular. I don't think people realize how difficult that is.
Oh yeah. You definitely have to have years and years and years and years and years of like musical training to even be able to look at something for the first time, especially in a recording studio.
where it's got to be perfect and will be heard for years to come.
Yeah, that just blew my mind of just
That's
how
pretty
amazing it was, especially knowing that.
Yeah.
Right.
And Mercy, the talent in Southern Gospel, so like Trey Ivy, the composition of that,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
writing every note that
He's
went
great.
before that orchestra, and then he and Gerald working on composing that, just amazing, just an amazing. That's one thing that always to me stands out. I'm sorry, I got to quit looking at comments. That's something that always stands out to me in Southern Gospel. You know, so many genres of music. I mean, there's a lot of great. I listen to different types of music, and I don't really apologize for it. I have a wide taste and all that, but the talent from the singing and through the instrumentalist in Southern Gospel, and what you hear on the CDs is what you get when you see them. You know, you want to test that. You think, well, you know, you just have this project that's overproduced or something like that, and then you sit there and you listen to Greater Vision step up with Gerald playing piano and Rodney on bass and sing a song, and it's like, no, guys, this is not produced. This is talent. This is really what is there, and just the talent in Southern Gospel. To me, it's bar none. It stands with anybody.
Yeah.
As a musician, some of my favorite concerts to go to are those with live bands, because it's because it's like, oh yeah, I've heard these tracks all my life, but you're watching. My favorite concert probably in a year is Big and Live, when they just do it it's the Kingsmen just with a band, and like the fact that guys are doing this so perfectly, you know, and Southern Gospel, like Scott said, has some of the best musicians in the world. And not only, I think I commented on a post on Wayne Hawn's birthday, and I've always called him the genius of Southern Gospel, because if you go in and look at all of the things that he has written for, same thing with Trey, he just like those two guys, the genius that goes on in their heads, if they would be in any other genre, they would be considered legends, and they are in our genre. Just in other genres, they would be, you know, the giants in as much as they are in ours, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff, y'all. How about one other quick promotion break here? How about some more giveaways? Is that okay if I do a couple of giveaways? Ooh, everybody likes giveaways. I got, you know, Casey was prepared, and I'm not really, I'm not really prepared. So I'm going to come up with a question real quick in my head, and we're going to give away 2 sets of 2 tickets to National Quartet Convention for the Sunday evening lineup. And y'all, and I've got the code cover so nobody can cheat. But yes, 2 tickets to the Sunday evening lineup of the National Quartet Convention. And I'm telling you, y'all, it is an amazing lineup of talent on that night. And if you haven't been to the National Quartet Convention, this needs to be the year that you attend. The board does a fantastic job in putting together a 7-day event beginning on Sunday all the way through Saturday, with evening concert lineups and then showcases during the day. And it's just an amazing event. Y'all join us September 22nd through 28th at the LeConte Center for the National Quartet Convention. And this is the way you can do it. This could give you your first tickets for the week. 2 tickets.
Scott, I pulled up the lineup. You want me to read it off to give them a little more?
Yeah, go ahead.
As well, yeah.
Do it.
So you got the Ferguson family, High Road, the Hoppers, Jim and Melissa Brady, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers, Jonathan Wilburn, Lauren Talley, the Littles, Mark Trammell Quartet, Tribute, and the Wissnets, and the Hassungs. I never know how to pronounce their names.
His songs,
yeah.
I see them on the radio, and I never know how to. They are fantastic. They're the ones from Maine, right? Somewhere up in there.
I think so.
Northeast for sure. I don't want to lie about that, but yeah, Northeast for sure.
Lineup.
Yeah. That is a fantastic lineup, y'all. A home run lineup Sunday night. And then, like Aaron says, you can stay and see Promised Land Quartet on Tuesday night. Y'all, you can see just about all groups that you would want to see through the week. But this gets you started out. 2 tickets, okay? And I've got 2 sets after I knock my computer over and shake. Everybody feel that earthquake? I've got 2 sets of tickets. So let's go with, I need someone to name me in order the first 3 guests that we had on Southern Gospel Forward. The first
remember.
3
I
guests.
wasn't here.
But, okay, but you still can't play. So the first 3 guests that we had on Southern Gospel
I know.
Forward,
I know it.
that's for the first set. All right.
I could probably list them all in order.
The second set goes to name the person that we have had on Southern Gospel Forward twice as a guest.
I mean, I've been on here 17 times, so.
Have we stumped the crowd?
Me and Riley's
I'm
been on
getting
there 20.
no answer. So
Yeah.
the 2 answers I'm looking for is the first 3 guests in order that we had on Southern Gospel Forward.
We got an
All
answer.
right. We got an answer for the second question. The guest that we had to have twice is Trevor Conkle. And which one did you say first? Lisa Nelson. Lisa Nelson
Lisa.
wins the tickets for
Mhm.
NQC. So
Whoa.
we've got that answer. All right, Daddy Robert, you can't jump in on this now. Come on, family. We can't let family
We're
win.
already going, Dad.
Yeah, they're going. So now the question in play is the first 3 guests in order, and there's ways to find this out if you don't know. Okay, I'm just saying there's ways to find this out. Like if you go to the SBM Studios YouTube page
And
and
subscribe.
subscribe while you're there, you can see all the lineup, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through tonight 20. So, all right, we'll wait and see if we find that answer here momentarily, but that's going to be for the second set of NQC tickets. Lisa, I will send you a message and catch up with you on how to get these tickets to you. And as we wait for our winner, have we got any more comments that we need to share, Producer Jason? Nobody's there's a lot of funny comments back and forth, but nothing that we haven't really shared before. But y'all, I thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't shared us, please do on these comments on Facebook. Please share the SBM Studios page and help us reach others. If you are a Southern Gospel artist of any age or a Southern Gospel fan, 35 and under, we might
That's
even
me.
take to 40. We're a little discriminatory here, but young artists, you can go to our private group, Southern Gospel Forward. It's a private group for young folks and young fans and young artists of all age. And you don't have to be in the group to watch what you're watching here, as you see right now. We've got this is free and public for everybody, but we've got a controlled private group to help build the community of young Southern Gospel artists and fans. So y'all please joining us on there. But thank y'all so much for being with us tonight. Can we go maybe 1 or 2 more rounds of questions?
I've got at least one more.
Casey? Okay. Yeah. Riley, did we get back to Riley?
I believe
I
so.
think so.
Mine's not as much a question as we're talking about NQC a lot, but one of my favorite events is Praise Fest, which I've been privileged to volunteer for the last couple of years. So you want to talk a bit about that and when that is and everything?
Yes, Praise Fest is in November. Let me find the dates really quick. So Praise Fest is in November.
It's after the election.
Right after the election.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. So Praise Fest is November 11th through the 13th.
My birthday's 13th.
Yes, November 11th through the 13th. That is going to be there at First Baptist Church in Sevierville, Tennessee, and we are so excited for that. It's one of my favorite events every year. Mm-hmm. It's a great event. Get your tickets and come down and join us there for a great 3 days. And I think there's also morning sessions there as well. And so be sure to come by and be with us. We'd love to have you. It's going to be a great little week. We love it.
Fantastic. And Angie Rainey, you were really close when you look up. Very close. You got 2 out of 3, so you're getting close.
So
but keep
what we're going to
trying.
do is we're going to give you the tickets, and then 2/3 way through the concert, they're going to just take you outside.
Come on, Evan. Come on, Evan. Avery.
Kid.
Avery, bail us
you
out.
out.
We don't get to kick her out. She got it.
Oh, yeah, she did get
There it
it.
is. Yes.
Woo!
Job, Angie.
Angie Rainey
Yay.
I
is
was
the
just
winner.
picking, we ain't going to kick you out.
Trevor Conkle, Ethan Wisnett, and Luke Fault was our first three guests. So there you go. Thank you so much. And I will send you a message, Angie Rainey, and we will get you your vouchers. All right. So Avery, you got a question?
I do. So normally producer Jason's wife asks this. I haven't seen it come through. I don't know if I missed it or not.
She did earlier.
Um,
Yeah.
Oh, did she earlier? Okay. Well,
Mhm.
this is for her. So what is your favorite verse of scripture? And then what's your favorite hymn?
Ooh, okay. My favorite verse is Philippians 4:6-7, which is, do not worry about anything, but with prayer and petition with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. I love that.
Amen.
That is a great verse, especially with like someone who like deals with a lot of anxiety or just anything like that. I think that's such a great reminder to just find peace in the Lord, and just like he knows everything about you already, but he loves for you to talk to him and just tell him what's going on, and he will gift you with his perfect peace. And
Amen.
I love that. As far as favorite hymn, we've done this one a few times during the gospel music hymn sing, but we haven't done it lately. And I honestly, at least we haven't done it as far as at the ones I've been to recently, but I wish they would bring it back. A couple years ago, Dad decided to ask the songwriters on the hymn sing team what their favorite hymn was. And all of them said the same thing, which was the love of God. And he got Rodney Griffin, Chris Allman, and Jim Brady to sing 3 verses of the love of God together. And that's honestly just a great performance and just a great song. The lyrics are really powerful, and I really love that hymn. I think that one is my favorite.
That one
Perfect.
is really beautiful.
Yes,
Thank you.
Evan, you have one in your pocket?
Here we are again. I ain't got one in my pocket, but I'll pull one out. I'll Mary
All right.
Poppins it out of my pocket. Okay. Since I'm going on the cathedral kick again, do you have a favorite cathedral album? Rather your one that your dad was on, or I mean, because your dad was on kind of the string of whenever the cathedrals were just popping out number one.
Yeah.
But even before him.
Yeah, I've heard most of the cathedral stuff, but as embarrassing as it might is, I don't know the names of all of their projects. But I do recognize and really enjoy Symphony of Praise that was done in London.
Yes.
They had all their pictures taken there, and Greater Vision actually recreated one of those photos with their time in London.
Was it Ben was on an episode and said he had a problem with trying to snap a double-decker bus coming by?
Yes, Ben. Right? Yeah, my brother Ben went to London with Greater Vision to do all of the photography and videography for them for that project, the Christmas in London project, and they got in the same spot where the cathedrals were for the Symphony of Praise photo shoot, and with the big Ben in the background, and Ben was trying to wait for a red double-decker bus to come by, and they probably stood there for a good few minutes just trying to get that perfect shot, but they finally got it, and it's great.
That is fantastic. I was hoping you would say
Symphony of Praise is one of the only records I don't have, so if anyone wants to, slide one my way, I will. You can message me after the episode.
That's great. Shameless plug there. No, yeah.
Shameless plug. I've been looking for it everywhere, and I need it in my collection.
It will come, son. It will come. And I was hoping you might say that one. All right, we've got a couple of maybe questions in the group we may hit, but let's go ahead and turn the tables. I don't want to miss out on this. I hope Casey may have prepared for where we're going with this, because we like to always have a little twist on our show. And we have put Casey on the spot big time a couple of times with some questions, but it's time for her, if she would like to put us, any of us or all of us, however she wants to do this, on the spot with a question. Would you happen to have a question for us, Casey?
Yeah. So out of all of the concerts that you guys have been to so far this year, what is your favorite concert that you've attended?
I got to go through my concerts this year. I've
Me
got
too.
one. I've got two, actually. One of them is more biasness, and it was when the Guardians came to my church. They needed a like a drive-through, and that concert, I know it was a small
That was good.
church concert, but my goodness gracious, those guys just gave it everything they got that night. But then I'll have to say Big and Live, just that whole week is just, I'm a Kingsman nut. Big and Live's like one of my favorite albums, if not my favorite album, and getting to celebrate it is just awesome. But yeah, the Guardians one sticks out big time to me. That was spectacular. All right, guys, that's it mine.
I can go next, I guess. So the whole week, it's hard to, I don't know how you count cruises. Like there's so many different singings within a cruise or whatever, but like the singing sea was definitely a highlight of my year. But then like the other night on Friday night, we went to the Pillars of Faith live, and that was a huge highlight. It was awesome. I mean, as a big Gold City fan and everything, that's probably one of my favorite albums. So that was definitely a highlight too, other than the cruise so far.
Awesome.
Avery?
So I filled in with the Chuck Wagon Gang for a weekend in February, and I got to finally attend one of Bill Bailey's Why Mama singings, and that night was the Kramers were there, so I got to see Ben and Maria. Little Roy and Lizzie were there, and I have never got to meet Little Roy Lewis, and he was amazing. I mean, he was like literally crawling around on the stage and then got up and played the banjo, and I was like, I have no idea how he does that, but that one probably has been my favorite one so far because I've always wanted to attend Why Mama, and then that lineup was just amazing.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Now, Casey, this is going to be, it's kind of funny and it's kind of not. Since the first of the year, there's been a lot of life going on in my direction, and I have not been able to attend hardly any concerts in person this year. But I was thinking about one in particular that I attended in Aniana. And
I almost said that one too, Scott.
I'm going to be honest, and this may not be I don't know, this may not be a just real great answer since we're on Southern Gospel Forward and talking about Southern Gospel artists, but it really had nothing to do with the artist, to be honest. It had everything to do with the atmosphere in the church.
Yes. That church every time is amazing.
Yeah, because I'm a firm believer in that hymns and Southern gospel music is very much, we talk about moving and we see some of the movement, even in our genre, moving away from traditional Southern gospel into praise and worship areas. And like you have to change the music to have worship come in. That's not so, because the music, when rightfully presented in the right spirit, and if the church is receiving and wanting to worship and coming in with the mindset that we are here to worship, the Bible tells us where two or three are gathered, not just gathered, but where two or three are gathered in his name, in the name of Jesus, the Holy Spirit will be there with them in that presence. And buddy, I'm telling you, in that Aniana church, it was the most freedom. It was the biggest freedom to worship that I've experienced in a church setting concert in a very, very, very long time. So a long answer to say it's not even going to be about an artist. It's about the church and the atmosphere. And it was just a blessing to be a part. And I hope to pick up my attendance a little bit with some concerts, hopefully going forward. Papa don't travel like he used to. I just tell you, but I got to get in there. I got to get to going. That's a good question. That was a really good question.
It really makes you think too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually put me on the spot because I didn't have a lot of opportunities to say. I think this will be okay. And I'd like to hear, I think I love to talk about this. Sometimes you hear statements made like this. So Anna Kipper Ray says, Casey, what do you say to people who say Southern gospel music is dying, other than they're incorrect?
Yeah. Man, that's such wow. Okay.
Let's put it this way. And I want to. That was a bad. That's. Let's kind of get to here. From what you see and what you witness from fans across the ways that you see. I know mostly it's in your area when you get to go to the events and all that.
Mhm.
But first of all, you would absolutely say that you disagree, right? That Southern gospel is by no means.
Oh yeah,
dying.
no. Yeah.
And let me. I'm gonna ease you in a direction.
Okay.
Over the last few years at National Quartet, have you seen the number of young folks increase or decrease?
Well, honestly,
Because it's, to me, I have seen a direction.
yeah.
I've seen more young folks.
Yeah. I've honestly just over the past couple of years, I've seen a good amount of young people.
And it seems to be getting larger and larger and larger.
Yeah.
And when I say young folks, I know you're thinking your age. I'm thinking my age and younger, because I don't have the white hair. It's coming out, but I don't have the
Yeah.
white hair. So even in the 40, I'm 50, so go
Yeah.
40s and 30s, and you see more of that age, and 20s, and then young folks. I see more and more. And
Yeah.
the thing about it is the Spirit of the Lord is in Southern gospel music.
Yeah.
It's in the lyrics. It's in the
It
writing.
is.
It's in the hearts of those who carry the message.
Mm-hmm.
And so that doesn't die.
No.
That doesn't die. When the Lord is in it, the devil can't win it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. So anyway, did I help you a little? Do you agree with me? I'm kind of leading you.
I
I'm
do.
leading the
And
witness. I'm
honestly,
leading the witness here.
yeah. And honestly, just like the more that we talk about it, the more we share it with other people who might not be familiar with it. Like that's the best way to keep it alive. If we talk about it and we encourage people with it, and we, we share the music with them, and invite them to concerts, invite them to events, just really get people familiar with this genre of music. I really think that is the best way to keep it alive.
I've heard a wise man from the stage tell grandparents to play the music for their grandkids. You know who I'm talking about? Your dad. I mean, Gerald always says, you play, because what we play for our children and what we play for our grandkids, that's the way that I become hooked on Southern gospel.
Yeah, they'll remember it.
Yeah. As a kid, I got introduced to it, and it's what was played for me, and I loved it. Now, as I've grown older and got deep in the music, I love it because of the content and the meat and the message. But, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for asking that question. And I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have put you on the spot with that, but I had an answer that I figured you would be in line with me, that it's not, and it's there because of this. Boom. Zachary Blackburn says it's awesome that there's other young people who love Southern gospel, and that's the whole point and the mission of Southern Gospel Forward.
Yeah.
We see the young artists, we see the young fans, and we want to help promote and unite this community because there's so many. Sometimes you might be I live in a town of 425 folks. Seriously, and that's if everybody's at the house. So I live in a small town, and you might feel, a young person in my town may feel like, oh gosh, there's just no other people who like the music than me. But you look around, and there are a ton of young folks that love Southern gospel music.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for this group, and I'm thankful for the connection that we have and the way that this thing is growing and building. So anyway, gosh, now I feel like I put you on a bad spot. I'm sorry, but
no.
maybe I helped. It's bad to ask a question and have an answer that you can say this, but anyway.
But, it was a good question, though.
Yeah.
It's good we need to keep it alive. We need to, play the music everywhere and encourage people with it.
Sure.
That's the only way to keep it alive.
In the early 80s, they said Southern gospel was dying.
I was going to say, when your dad was our age, people were saying it was dying, and now here he is. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Then, like, years later, and
Yeah.
it's as alive as it was then.
Absolutely. Well, my young friends, do y'all have any last round questions?
No, I just like to point out that Braves fan called you Scott the lawyer, and I thought that was funny.
Oh, I have many. There is no end to my talents, or there's no talent to my end, however you want to say that. But anyway, yeah, this weekend I remodeled a closet, I built a website, and I sealed a shower. So now to be lawyer next. So
You
here
want
we
to come
go.
over to my house?
I'm
Okay.
done for a little while.
All right.
And yes, here we go. From the wisdom I'm talking about, been here in the audience is dying for more than 40 years, and praise the Lord that the music lives on. And he also said that Brother Les Beasley, who we love dearly, I miss Les so much, but he said the same thing back in the 60s. So like I said, when God is in it, the devil won't win it, and God is in Southern gospel music, so it is here to stay. And young folks keep coming to it, and we love that. Any other questions? I want to take just a second. We've got some things here. We love to promote our artists. So greatervisionmusic.com. If you'll go to greatervisionmusic.com. Casey, you want to talk about what all they might find there?
Yes. So at greatervisionmusic.com, you will find our store where you can purchase all of our CDs and the DVDs and even the USB drives, or what my dad likes to call them, the music sticks. All of those are on our website at greatervisionmusic.com, as well as their schedule. You can find their schedule there on greatervisionmusic.com, as well as booking information. If you would like to book Greater Vision, they have a section there where you can get a hold of their booking agency. And also you can, like I said, you can look at their schedule on their website, or you can download the free Bands in Town app.
Yes.
And that's honestly one of the best ways to connect with a lot of your favorite artists. So that way you will never miss another concert in your area. And so,
absolutely.
Yeah, so a lot at greatervisionmusic.com. Swing on by or give us a call. Our office number is there as well, so you can give me a call if you have any questions, or if you would like to place an order too. I can do that as well. So.
Fantastic. One thing I love about those music sticks that you talk about is the marketing of Greater Vision, because you can buy a Christmas tree, you can get a piano, you can get Big Ben. Those music sticks have come in all kind of different shapes and sizes. That's pretty cool. But so absolutely. Oh yes, and him.
Oh yes.
Miss Donna,
all
we were
the
going to hit
gospel
that.
music hymn sing projects are on our website as well on greatervisionmusic.com. Yes,
can also go
gospelmusichymnsing.com.
Yeah. We are prepared around here. Gospelmusichymnsing.com. You can go and pick up those projects and catch that tour schedule.
Yep.
And and going back to Greater Vision, the booking information is there. And I know they've got a very busy schedule, but hey, they would love to come in your area, and if possible, and work out a date. And you can also be watching these sites to keep up with those Christmas tours and hymn sing tours.
And the website itself that Gerald put in the comments, it was Christmas, Friends, and Family.
The Family and Friends Christmas, or whatever he said.
Yeah, Family and Friends Christmas.
Yeah.
FamilyandFriendsChristmas.com.
I think everyone just went west to east on that too, on that website thing. So,
I'm never going to live that one down.
Oh me, but y'all that are watching, when young folks like Casey takes time out of their schedule, and if you noticed, all the family and so many of the artists have been here with us tonight, y'all please support them. Go see them in concert. Go to the website, purchase those products. The merchandise sales really helps keep the buses rolling down the road, and for sure. If you think you might like to have them come, reach out to the booking agencies and see what they can work out. Casey, this has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've had a good time.
Oh, yes. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you. You are just such a classy young lady. And like I said, every time we see you, it's always smiles and always, I understand why you're a fan favorite and an artist favorite, because you're your personality. But we thank you so much. Thank you for you were a part of Southern Gospel Forward before you got on our show, because you've been such a great supporter of us. And tell your mom and dad thank you for letting us have you. And thank you, Miss Donna and Gerald, for watching, and Avery and Ben and Maria and all the youngins. Thank you so much. Any last words from a panel?
Yeah, just thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank y'all for watching. What's our next episode? When's our next episode?
Episode 21 is June the 10th.
Thank you.
And
Riley, you want to introduce since you set it up?
Jake Lots. How do you say his last? Lucent. That's what it is. Of Legacy 5. I'm really good with names, so yeah, y'all come watch that one, because I don't think I've seen any interviews with him yet, so you'll get to know him and get to hear me mess up questions and everything. It's gonna be great.
Hey, yeah, boy, we really got it rolling on around here, boys and girls. Sometimes, that's good stuff. But Jake from Legacy 5 is going to be joining us on June the 10th. And we are looking forward to having him. We love Legacy 5, who's celebrating their 25th year anniversary, which is going to have a special time at NQC in the afternoon showcase as well. So looking forward to that. But y'all join us for 21 on June 10th, episode 21 on June 10th. Casey, you're a blessing to us. We thank you so much for being with us. If you want to hang around just a second, we'll say our goodbyes off the air. But for right now, I think we're going to bring the horses into the barn. If y'all haven't shared yet, please share this with all your friends. Like us on SBM Studios, subscribe to that SBM Studios YouTube channel, and just love on my young co-host, and that they are doing such a good job. And
hey, and on that YouTube channel, you might want to be watching it, because there might be some new content that you can only find on the YouTube page soon.
That is correct.
I may have something up my sleeve.
Yes. There's things coming. So y'all stay with us. And Casey, we thank you again. And for all y'all that watch us, y'all are a blessing to us. We love you, and we'll see you next time on Southern Gospel Forward.